Whether you're barely starting in your fitness journey, whether you're experienced, you're seasoned, the holidays are coming.
I tell my clients, be healthy during the week like you normally do, but also enjoy those holiday foods because I'm gonna do it.
The holidays are October, November, and December. But there are technically only 5 days that we should give into that indulging.
All right, let's get settled in. We have plenty to talk about, guys. Welcome, everyone. This is the Temple Podcast. We have a very special guest today, and today we're doing a visual, so should be a little bit more interesting.
Different. Yep.
This is not always how we look, just so you know. When you guys visualize this when we're talking, but this is not regularly how we look. We have a special podcast today. We are going to be talking about the holidays and what that looks like from 3 experienced trainers. We have some questions, and we're going to be picking each other's brain.
Yep.
Casual conversation. And hopefully you guys take some value from this. Let's go ahead and have you guys introduce each other. My name is Martin. I am the proud Templo fitness owner. Had Templo for about 6 years now. 2018, 6 years now.
Wow.
Quite the journey. I've met great people along the way. So here are some people too.
Yep.
Mandy, you want to say something about yourself?
So my name is Mandy. I am a personal trainer and group fitness instructor here at Templo and a couple of other places in town. But Templo is my home gym. I have been with Templo for, let's see, has it been 5 years?
Yes.
Was it the first or
I was
4?
chasing you for 1 year and a half. And yeah.
Just plain hard to get.
Yeah, she
about,
was.
about 5 years
I'm
now.
like,
So
one day.
definitely part of my home. Big family to me, definitely. Yeah. So I have been in the fitness world for about 20 years, but actually coaching for a good 10.
Yay.
Dope.
And I'm Raquel. I've been with Templo for a year tomorrow, actually.
Woo!
Wow. Yay.
Yes,
That's
tomorrow.
exciting.
I love it here, and this is where I bring my clients. So I have my own clients, my own brand. It's called RDM Fit, which is my initials. I've been doing fitness full-time for about 4 years. I did radio for about 5 years, and then I left radio and, just fell in love with the fitness thing, went full force with it, and yeah, here I am.
Yeah. And what I like about this dynamic that we have of this group, yes, we're trainers, but we're far more than trainers. We're business owners, where you have grandkids, you were in the radio business. So we understand different aspects of life. And for me, my studies were in business management. I did corporate world for 10 plus years, and I applied that to owning a small business, which is far different from being in the corporate world. So we all bring different experiences. In no sense we're saying we have it all together, because I don't think nobody does. But we like to
We're all the first to admit
Right.
we are kind of hot mess.
But we make it work.
Yeah, right. And we look good at it. Just kidding. But here's the thing though, like life is not linear. Like things will always happen, and we like to share our experiences from things that we've learned. I had a very good mentor that told me you can learn from mistakes, but they don't always have to be your own. So I think as part of being trainers is that we've been there. We've talked, we've I don't want to say, well, we've suffered for it, from it too.
We've been through it and have some experience.
Right, which brings up the point, like the holidays, fitness, what do I eat? And I want to dive right into it because I know we have limited time.
Let's go.
And there's some questions that we usually get as trainers that we also want to share with you guys.
Yeah.
Because maybe this is a question that you're asking yourself too. Whether you're barely starting in your fitness journey, whether you're experienced, you're seasoned, the holidays are coming. So that involves a lot of food. That involves a lot of
Wanting to slack off because the weather.
yes.
It also involves a lot of guilt. People carry a lot of guilt throughout the holidays for whatever reason.
Exactly. And we also carry that.
Yeah, we do.
And we can also give you our perspective as that we give our clients, but we can also share from a trainer's perspective because you're a trainer. Aren't you supposed to look a certain way?
Like eat a certain way, or why are you
Exactly.
eating that?
Exactly.
Why are there so many pieces
You
of
get
pie
it,
on your
right?
plate?
How can the holidays feel uncomfortable when you're trying to diet? We've done it all.
Yeah.
We've done it. We've come from a point where, oh, I'm going to be strict even during the holidays, or I'm going to, from that end to the other end of saying, I'm just going to, you know what?
I let myself go.
Yeah. Eat whatever. So in the 10 plus years of experience, and collectively we have, a lot of experience. My take on it is just be mindful. Not every year is going to be the same. You can't say even what you did 6 months ago to what you're doing now. For me personally, for my clients that I work with one-on-one, I say just be mindful.
Yeah.
Because let's say my client is getting married March of next year. Obviously, my approach is going to be different from someone that's just wanting to have a active lifestyle that just wants to be healthy.
Like what I tell my clients is enjoy it. Like, yes, be healthy during the week like you normally do, but also enjoy those holiday foods because I'm going to do it. I'm not going to lie and tell them, oh, you can't do this when I'm eating 17 different plates on Thanksgiving because
Right.
it's my favorite.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, just know what you're doing. Have your healthy breakfast and then eat your dinner in the evening. You know what I mean? You don't have to
Planning.
do it all day.
Right,
So
right.
just plan it out.
I agree. I think for me, one of the biggest issues throughout the holidays, if people know that you're in the fitness world, I don't care if you're a trainer or if you're just an active gym goer, people tend to make what you're eating their business. And they will comment a lot. You'll get that quite a bit. If people know that you've been on a fitness journey, they have this unstoppable urge to speak on what's on your plate, which is unfair. And it can make you feel very judged. And as I know as a trainer, I get it quite a bit. People are very surprised. They're like, oh my goodness, you eat sugar? Well, heck yes, I eat sugar. It's Thanksgiving. But what my advice to my people are, okay, the holidays really are October, November, and December. Okay. There are 3 months there, but there are technically only 5 days that we really should be, that we should give into that indulging. Okay. So, yes, Halloween, there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then New Year's. All right. So, there's 5 days out of 3 months. If you're really letting yourself have all of those things on the day of the holiday, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. You can enjoy, you can indulge, you can enjoy your family and all the good things. What really happens though is that we don't make it a day. We take all 3 months, or we'll make Christmas Eve and Christmas Day last a week long. This is where we run into trouble when it comes into maintaining. Unless somebody comes to me as a trainer with a very specific goal in mind that's very near, I try to encourage my people to maintain throughout the holidays. And then we can really set goals on the other side of those, because it's so hard when you feel like you're trying to deprive yourself and everybody is overindulging.
So I guess anyone listening to this, and if they have that same question, I think instead of, well, you can obviously ask someone that knows about fitness, or if you are training here or with Raquel, yes, reach out and ask that question. But before you do, ask yourself that question. What does this year look like to me? Am I on a specific goal? Am I maintaining?
Right.
Do I have a special day coming up? All that matters.
And realistically.
Because I think,
Yeah.
yes, it's about food, but we're also missing like the biggest points. Like holidays is time to connect. It's time to celebrate.
Yes.
And I feel like you don't want to remember the holidays with remorse, guilt.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
instead of saying, I celebrated with my family, I had a piece of pie with my,
Yes.
with my goddaughter, all that stuff. I think that's what really matters. And maybe refocusing, or maybe making the focus about that is great.
Like I tell my clients, I'm like, enjoy your little bit of holidays or whatever it is, but think of these last 3 months, October, November, December, as you preparing for January.
Yeah.
If you try and take all those 3 months because you're like,
I like
it's the
that.
holidays.
I like that a lot.
Then you come back in January and you're starting all over.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a
I'm
dick
always
about
like-
this now, because you brought up a very good point. I'll be the jerk and say, if I have someone that says, I've been slacking all year, what should I eat for the holidays? Not to be a jerk, but why should the holidays be any different? And maybe you guys take a different approach, but
I just think it depends on every individual's goal. What is your goal? Is your goal, I mean, are you trying to get on a stage in January? If you're not, then let's try to find a level of balance and maintain. And let's not gain, let's get you active. Let's get you adding in some more beneficial foods, like some nutrients and some hydration. And let's focus on sleep, some things that are going to give you a really good foundation to the new year. Doesn't mean that you have to change your entire diet, and just add some good things in for the last few months. Like, okay, yeah, you can have the pie, but start with some veggies
right,
and some
right,
water,
right,
and how about 8 hours of sleep?
right. That's true. That's very true.
Let's start there.
Second question.
Yes, do it.
Okay, second question. Talk about a time when you were hard on yourself or you noticed someone being hard on themselves because of diet, or a time when you overindulged and your body felt terrible.
Oh my goodness, so many stories.
Yeah, so many stories.
I'm an emotional eater.
Yeah.
I am
Like
too,
if I'm stressed, if I'm lacking sleep, there's a part of my brain, and it's scientifically studied, that you tend to be more hungry, and there's a part of your brain that is not working because you haven't rested, so you tend to overindulge. So, what do you guys have to say?
I
before
feel
step
like
on
if
it?
you've ever competed or stepped on stage, then that's obviously a moment that's hard to come from. Body dysmorphia you will struggle with. It took me like maybe almost a year after my competition to be okay with the way I looked. And even now, like I've gained happy weight, as they call it, with my boyfriend, but I'm learning to like love that that's what I want to look like instead of being stage
Right.
ready. You know what I mean? So you have to just learn to love where you're at and
Right.
love your journey.
I think that the expectations we put on ourselves is why we do what we do and why we can connect with other people, because it's very real. We come with a whole suitcase full of the same issues that everyone else does. We are no different than any person we train, and I try to make that very clear to any of my clients and any of my groups that, like, look, you go home and struggle with the same issues I do. I'm no different than you. I go home, and if I've had an emotional day or I'm not rested like I should be, which is why we can stress those things, the rest does matter, because then you do make poor choices.
Easier said than done, but if you guys think about it, how does guilt serve you?
No, it doesn't. But until you can kind of get a handle on that, and even if you know it outright, okay, logically we know it doesn't serve
Again,
you.
logically we know.
Yes.
But and we still carry that
Yeah,
guilt.
it's still an emotion. Like I'll be super transparent. Last night, a box of Raisin and Bran.
You and cereal,
I
bro.
know,
I swear.
I know.
What is
This it is cereal for me. Cereal is such and like I live alone. It's me. I purchase the groceries. I know what's coming into my house and I know why I'm buying the cereal. But last night, I went home. I was great all day long. And my clients know this about me. I struggle with that nighttime overindulging just like them. But let me tell you, it is not just about willpower. It just isn't. It's sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but we're always learning, always learning. And I wake up some mornings feeling just as heavy with those decisions from yesterday as my clients do. And I can see it in my clients too. Like we come in and we'll weigh in weekly. The scale is, oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I have some people that I get on the scale and some people just never, I don't have a step on the scale at all. It can send them in the opposite direction, because that is where that beating themselves up and that guilt and that shame comes in, because they feel like not just them, but me, I'm including myself in this, because, you wake up the next day feeling like, man, I failed.
My guilt comes because we are trainers. Like, I feel like if I wasn't a trainer, I think I'd feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But because we have that pressure on us of looking a certain way, it's like, oh man, I shouldn't be eating this because I'm a trainer. You know what I mean? Or like, I shouldn't be drinking beer because I'm a trainer. So I think that's where that guilt comes from.
But I think your clients connect with you because you are real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I tell them, like, I'm not going to tell you guys do this, when I'm
And
doing
you
the
do
same
the
thing.
complete opposite.
But just limit yourself and be mindful, how you said.
So I think, again, going back to guilt serves you no good whatsoever, and easier said than done. We go through that ourselves, but you also got to consider and give yourself some credit, because everyone's bodies, they're very resilient. How do I know that? Go drinking out, like go have drinks and yeah, you'll feel it, but your body can sustain that. There's a lot of people that are dehydrated most of the times.
Yes.
Your body still functions. So just try not being overcritical of
Love the progress you've
what
done.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And just try to, like, let's say your friend would have said, hey, I had a box of cereal last night and I feel terrible. What would you tell your friend?
Yeah.
Hey, it happens.
Today's a new day.
Yeah.
You
That's
fucked up.
exactly what I was
Aren't you my trainer? No, someone on my story legit said that. Like, why are you there? Aren't you supposed to be my trainer?
This is what I have to tell myself. I'm like, okay, Mandy, yes, you ate too much cereal, but it was Raisin Bran.
You didn't eat the whole box, man. You're like, at least you didn't.
Yeah, you left the toy.
Not just that, but like what used to be, I have to look at where I came from, because I have lost a lot of weight. I have changed my nutrition habits over the years. 20 years ago, it would have been a large pizza and a Blizzard and
But what's
a
changed?
pack of cigarettes. Like literally,
What's-
that would
what-
have been my
The
night.
discipline, her mindset.
Yeah.
It's the mindset,
The goals.
the goals.
I see
goals
Mandy
have
every day, and
changed.
I'm like, I want to be Mandy when I grow
Yeah,
up.
see,
Getting
and
your
I'm-
steps in,
I'm
your
that way, yeah.
meals.
The thing is, and the point here is that we're trying to convey in different words is that a perfect diet is not sustainable.
Right. Extreme isn't
We
gonna
all
isn't gonna
eat
last.
crap.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't even matter
And
what
it's
it
even,
is.
we can't categorize any food as bad food.
Right.
Because
Oh, yes. Thank you for touching on that because
Yeah.
there is no good or bad. There's no good or bad behavior. There is no good or bad food, right? It is either nutrient dense or it's fun.
and then it just being mindful and conscious. Okay, I'm having pizza right now, and I know what I'm having. You know, like
And
for
actually,
me, if I'm gonna
pizza
have
is really
pizza,
not that bad. It
it
depends
isn't,
on what
but
you
I can
put
have
on it.
4 slices, which you were,
Oh.
as you guys can see.
Two instead of four.
But so
Yeah.
so for me,
I can eat a whole
to feel
pizza, so let's
satiated,
be real.
I have to have a protein shake before I
Yes.
have 3 slices of pizza.
Yes.
Because at that point, I'm getting I feel full.
Right.
Yeah.
Because carbs, it takes a lot of carbs for me to feel like, okay,
It
I'm
does
good
for
now.
me too. Now we have to
Most
touch on
adults-
something totally different, and this is kind of the unfun and uncool thing to talk about, but disordered eating. It doesn't matter sometimes if I feel satiated or not. I'm putting the rest of that pizza away because that's where we come into that. Like in today's world, binging has become acceptable.
I've seen people for for likes on TikTok, they'll eat
Oh
like
my
a
goodness.
whole
Yeah, I think it's
of-
called, what is it called? Something. Yeah. Everybody in their car eating all the things, and somehow, I don't know why, but crumble cookie reviews are on my feed.
You don't know why?
I don't know why. But I can't get them off.
It's like when my TikTok knows I'm sad.
yeah.
Like no one knows you better than your phone. I'll say that.
Oh, let me tell you, right? Yeah, that's why that's why those crumble cookie reviews keep coming up. I'm like, I might hover a little too long on them. I don't know. But it is, and binging in every way. Extremes has become normal. So extreme amount of calories, extreme amount of rest or laziness or not doing anything or extreme amounts of time in the gym. Either way is so unhealthy. It doesn't matter. Whether you're binging all weekend long, watching Netflix and eating all the things, or if you're in the gym, 5 hours a night, 4 hours a night, either way, one extreme to the other. Extremes have become our normal, and that can't last. Extremes cannot last. We've learned it. All three of us have lived each of those extremes. I have done so many things to my body. And like you said, thankfully our bodies are resilient because it keeps popping back for me. It's a little slower now. I mean, obviously.
I think something that was so helpful for me and like some of my clients is just learning your macros. If you struggle with eating or anything like that, learn what your macros are, and then it's going to make you a little bit more mindful of wanting to track what you're eating. Whether you're eating super healthy or not, you still can input it and see like, wow, this is how much I went over, or this is how much I'm under. Like once you learn the macro tracking, it makes life a lot easier, to be honest.
It does. And you know what also is, I think it's a key component for me that keeps me balanced, building solid systems around you.
Yes.
Like letting someone you trust, hey, if you see me coming in with a pizza, I'm supposed to only have 3-4 tops, okay? I'm giving you full permission.
I dare you to say something to me about that.
I give you full permission to take the box away. Or even showing up for a workout. Like,
Yeah, I think that
say,
is, yes.
hey, I'm going to see you
Accountability.
tomorrow at the 5 a.m. If you're not there, talk smack at me.
Accountability. Let me tell you,
So-
I messaged 3 different people this morning that normally are here for 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I messaged 3 different people like, hey, where you at? I saw you on the list and you canceled, or, what happened? Like,
Right.
I hope you're good. Like, come on, there has to be some accountability in your life. Yes, we have to hold ourselves accountable, but it is really nice to have those accountability partners in your world, for sure.
Next question. Talk about a strategy that has helped you find balance between eating well and training during the holidays.
I think tracking macros for sure. And then like even
Macros,
journaling. Journaling all your meals, journaling all your workouts. It kind of helps you stay on track. And then you, again, going back to feeling guilty, but you feel guilty if you missed because then you missed a page in your book or your journal. You know what I mean? So that helps for me.
For me, I'd say, again, it goes back to balance. And specifically during the holidays, I like to do trainings classes, activities that I actually enjoy. So usually for me, I try to do steady cardio every day because that's for me a non-negotiable. But I'll do more HIIT classes or the evolution classes or boxing, things like that that will keep me more active because I know I'm overindulging during the holidays. And that way whenever I do overindulge, to me it's like, okay,
You're making up for
so
it.
just keep active. And I noticed that something that we do here in the US that almost nowhere else in the world is done, we're sedentary. We go eat, we get in the car, we get home, we're laying down. So
Homeless.
right. So people underestimate oh my God, a lot of benefits that comes to after you eat, go for a quick walk.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go on a marathon after you eat, but it just helps with digestion.
Yeah,
It regulates
for
your
sure.
sugar levels, things like that.
And me and Mandy were talking about that, how literally just walking can make such a difference.
I
You don't
can't
have to
bel-
go running or do like cardio that you
People think
dread
it has to be
doing.
that
We
we have to be
thought we had to
extreme.
do
Yes, we've
hit
lived
like
it.
crazy,
We have lived it.
but go for a walk.
I think for me, for the holidays, the things that really help me, things that I can put into place and that I try to have my clients put into place is have a plan. Have a plan. You know it's coming. Christmas is the same date. Thanksgiving is the same date every year. It's coming. So plan ahead. Plan your meals for the week. Prep your meals for the week. Have yourself set up for every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the week of Thanksgiving. Let yourself indulge on Thanksgiving. Get rid of those leftovers. Don't take any home and send them home with everybody that you know. Do not keep the leftovers because that's going to be key to keeping you on track. Unless you just have like crazy amounts of self control. I do not. I don't. So I have to send it away. I don't have any leftovers. I'm gonna get right back on track. I start with my egg whites and my ground turkey that next morning. But did I finish
So
Thanksgiving?
you don't drag it?
Yes. I
Okay.
make
Yeah,
the
one day is fine,
holiday.
yeah.
It's a holiday, not holidays. Thanksgiving is one day. Enjoy the day, but have your meals prepared, have your workouts planned, set, like you said, like, okay, we're going to make a plan for the week. I'm meeting this person here for this workout. We're doing this for that day. I'm going to get up early and go for a walk on Thanksgiving morning and then maybe go for a walk after the meal just to kind of keep digestion going because that's going to be really key, but having a plan. I think what both of you had said already just kind of goes right into that with the macros and then,
To me, everything goes down to a plan.
Yeah.
Like sit down and be like, all right, what does the holiday look like to me?
Yes.
Not what social media is telling me, but what
Yes.
does it look to me?
Yeah.
Look like to me. At least for me, I want to say during the holidays, don't stress a lot about missing a workout if you overeat or if you overindulge. Just try to focus on what really matters. Focus on the traditions, being with your family, being with your loved ones. Take the time to celebrate. Something that I tell new members is that fitness and health is very forgiving. You can walk away from it for years and it'll be there waiting for you. You can always come back to it. But it'll be hard.
Yeah.
But again,
But don't walk
change
away
is
from
hard.
yours.
Balance is a key to everything, to me. And that's something that has helped me in the recent years because prior to that, it wasn't always that.
And understanding that balance is going to look different for
Correct.
everyone.
What does balance look like to you?
Yes.
That only doesn't apply to physical health or what you're eating, also like work. When I first started Templo, pre-planning for January meant I was working on the 31st. I was missing important family traditions because I was trying to survive or get my business going. And it'll look different every year, but if you have the option of stepping away and really slowing down and being present with your family and your loved ones, do that because that time you'll never be able to get it back.
Yeah. I would say don't let social media control you because nowadays it literally can mess you up mentally. Don't compare yourself to others, whether it's the way someone looks, the way someone lives their life, what they're doing. Like as much as we are all on social media, just don't let it control your life because it used to do that to me and I had to learn how to just kind of like let it out.
Yeah.
And it was a big mental stress for me when I let social media run my life and I just feel so like free now that I
Yes.
don't. So just
Yeah.
don't let
And
it
it
control you.
shows. It shows.
I think on that same note, right quick, is just unfollow anything or anyone that makes you feel like you're not doing enough or that you are not enough. Like I kind of have triggers and like the crumble cookie reviews. So those kind of tend to set off like, okay, now I'm really starting to think about, oh, I want this, I want that, it can send my day in a totally different direction. So unfollow, unfollow, unfollow. And don't be afraid to hide those or say, I don't want to see any more of these, or get rid of those things that are making you feel like you're not doing enough, especially through the holidays.
I was listening to this video this morning it's the power of saying no. So every time you unfollow, sometimes every time you cancel something because you know it's not good for you, you're regaining that power and you're gaining control and you're just putting yourself first, because that goes a long way.
Yeah. Or even use that power to just get off social media. Like if I did not have a business like with my stuff, my merch and the gym and clients, I would literally probably take off social media for a month and just
And I think you
detox.
have, right? Like when
I've tried, but I need it for my business.
Right.
But if I didn't, trust me, I would probably not be on social media for a while.
Right.
So if you can afford to take a week or two off, even a couple days, like delete the app and just be free. Family.
Social media is not real. It's not realistic. You're gonna see super people that are fit with a box of pizza or whatever. It's not real. It's not real. So just be kind to yourself in whatever you do.
Yep.
Absolutely. Love it.
We are good?
Yay.